Does this man look like a criminal? If I didn't know any better, I would guess this man is a real estate agent or a dentist, an upstanding member of society. But how can we know for sure? With the rise of white-collar crimes comes the expanding of the barriers of just who fits the profile of criminal. Edwin Sutherland, who coined the term white-collar crimes in 1939, defined it as a crime committed by a person of respectability and high social status in the course of his occupation. The FBI, meanwhile, says lying, cheating, and stealing. That's white-collar crime in a nutshell. They stress that it's not a victimless crime. A single scam can destroy a company, devastate families by wiping out their life savings, or cost investors billions of dollars. White-collar crimes can range from various types of fraud, to money laundering, to identity theft. While the true extent and cost of white-collar crime are unknown, it is estimated to cost the United States somewhere between $300 and $660 billion annually. This according to the FBI. According to the Bureau of Justice Statistics, an estimated 11.7 million persons, representing 5% of all persons aged 16 or older in the United States, experienced at least one type of identity theft in a 2-year period. With so many people being affected each year by white-collar crime, just who are some of these criminals? Perhaps a stereotype of white-collar criminals is that they are mostly white businessmen. Well, according to the statistics, this holds true. According to an FBI report, over 70% of white-collar criminals are white males. Additionally, most white-collar criminals are in their mid-20s to mid-30s. This fits with Sutherland's definition of white-collar crimes as crimes committed by a person of high social status. Because white-collar crimes are usually committed by the wealthy, they can bring to light some staggering numbers. Here are a few of the most noteworthy white-collar crimes ever committed in the United States. Charles Ponzi, whose name will forever be synonymous with Ponzi schemes, is considered by many to be the first high-profile fraud case in the United States. He was caught in 1920 and charged with 86 counts of mail fraud. He served 5 years in federal prison. Ivan Boesky was one of the big men on Wall Street in the mid-1980s. He was the first high-profile prosecution of someone for insider trading. He accepted a plea deal, which resulted in a sentence of 3.5 years in prison and a fine of $100 million. The character Gordon Gekko from the Wall Street movies was based on Boesky. Nicknamed the Queen of Mean, Leona Helmsley was a billionaire who in 1989 was charged with tax evasion. She was caught after her maid overheard her saying, "We don't pay taxes, only the little people pay taxes," a saying for which she is notorious. Helmsley was sentenced to 16 years in prison, but only served 19 months before being released. Kenneth Lay, longtime CEO of Enron, is notorious for the corruption scandals surrounding Enron. From 1998 until 2001, Lay liquidated more than $300 million in Enron stock. When the company went bankrupt in late 2001, over 20,000 employees lost their jobs. Lay was found guilty on 6 counts of conspiracy and fraud. He died of a heart attack before he could be sentenced. Bernie Madoff, now the most famous white-collar criminal ever, operated the largest Ponzi scheme in history. It is estimated that he lost his clients over $65 billion. In 2009, Madoff pleaded guilty to 11 federal crimes and was sentenced to the maximum time of 150 years in prison. Madoff's projected release date is November 14, 2139. These cases are only a few of the millions of instances of white-collar crime in today's society. Yet, the most telling statistic of all is that only 41% of white-collar crime victims report it, and of those reported, only 21% make it into the hands of law enforcement. The number tried and convicted sinks even lower than that. So is this man a criminal? We may never know.